Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The winding road to the Super Bowl continues here in the divisional round, where two teams look to take another step towards the Super Bowl. It's the Broncos going up against the Jets. With that, let's get up to MetLife Stadium as we welcome in our guys, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Straight ahead, we punch the second of two tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller. They'll give it to him right up the gut. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. And they'll run it here. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Their big-bodied receiver, 65 yards. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds Coleman. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
They're going to look to throw. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
Now he's going to throw, and that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play that time by the Jets. 34 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
They'll look to throw here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Charles, that's an important third down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Second down now after the pass completion. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And to give this time to the tailback.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Now only needed a yard, instead went backwards. An 8-yard return there. After a punt of 47. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. There he goes right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. 50 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. They juked him. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Looking to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
The gun. They'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And it's taken in at the 9. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. Hurry up, here we go. On play action, they'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. So the Broncos coming out now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They'll run run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Couple of Jets there in on the stop. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now this is fielded in the end zone. 1 minute 53 ticks left to go in this first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They go play action here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that's the type of pass play that you need to wait for routes to develop. You need a little time in the pocket, but that's hard to do when you got people in your face.
So 2nd and 10 here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. It's a big play that time by the Jets. 30 yards. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
All right, here we go.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's got his man on the crossing route. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Good use of the pass there to pick up the 1st down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape stuff.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. And coming out now, the Broncos. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to lose yard. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at the 20. And he's got room. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And the D looking like they may blitz. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Jets are happy to be sitting in the locker room with the lead.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now we spotlight the Jets defense. And they don't want to change anything. They've got 0 points against them here, so I would imagine the halftime speech was do more of the same, right?
I think you're right, and it's where defensive coordinators have to walk that line of preparing for the adjustments you expect to come, but not taking away the aggressiveness you've already shown. And they've played so well, I think that's the speech. You nailed it. Just go out and do what you've been doing, and we'll adjust if we see anything different later.
To this point, they've been spectacular. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And on the ground they go with the running back. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And some space here. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. It wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
All right, here we go.
Looking to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And this one is right through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So put another 3 on the board. And all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Again, we'll see the pistol here. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. A good pickup there, a 22.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to...
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And some room to maneuver. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He finds Coleman. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Corey Coleman from 21 yards away. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky. And that's why defense coordinators always preach 11 guys to the ball. Because sometimes you have a missed tackle, but if you have a swarm of guys around, less room for them to roam even after the first missed tackle. In this case, tackle was missed, plenty of open field to get after that.
He'll look to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now he'll throw deep left side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Their big tight end, 53 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he's got his man on the out route. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Six yards to go here on 2nd down.
Watch number 86. Watch 86. Let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Leopard. Leopard.
Back to throw again. He's got time in the pocket. All kinds of time. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. In the completion, nice throw, nice catch, but Charles, big thanks goes to the men up front.
They allowed the quarterback to throw out of the rocking chair, so to speak. Plenty of time to survey the field and find an open man.
They'll look to throw here. No gain, and it's 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Let's go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense, finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure. We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Now they'll run it on the toss. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Now on 3rd, he rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And quickly, they get to the line. Back to throw now on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's a second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. And now they're in the hurry-up. On play action, they'll throw. Surveying the field. Great protection. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Well, he needed a little love from the right upright that time, but fortune smiled down on it.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of distance, he had more than enough. The only question was keeping it straight. And he's indeed very fortunate to get the bounce there.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be a New York first. Well, Charles, the forecast...